Hey chess fans, today we're going to take less than 10 minutes to test how good is your tactics rating. This website, ChessFox, has 10 problems on it. You get to have about a minute or so to solve each one. You should pause it to solve for yourself, unpause to watch me solve it. I'm going to write down my answers and we'll check them all at the end and see where we end up with our tactics rating. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. Puzzle 1. Start my timer. And let's see what we have here. We have a queen check. Let's see. Queen check on g5. King is forced to g3. I don't see a good follow-up there. I guess you could do rook to d2, attacking the queen, but the rook comes down and that's checkmate, so that doesn't work. Maybe the simple queen to c7, forking the king and rook. That's what I'm going to do. So puzzle 1, I'm going to say, is queen to c4, c7 check, and then take the rook. All right, so that's puzzle 1. Hopefully you were able to solve it. Let's go to puzzle 2, and we'll check all our answers at the end. Okay, here's puzzle 2. Start the timer. Okay. I am seeing the possibility of a displacement. So if we take the knight on f8 with check, the rook is basically forced to recapture, otherwise they lose the queen. But when the rook recaptures, we can take the queen for free. So that's what I'm seeing here. So rook takes knight, check, rook takes knight, queen takes queen. So that's what I'm seeing for that one. Let's go ahead and restart the timer and go to puzzle 3. Here we go, puzzle 3. I see a check, but that just gives away the queen. We could take the bishop with check, rook takes rook, and then check with the queen attacking the d1 rook. So we end up gaining a pawn and a bishop, and there's no back rank mates because the king has a flight square on c7. So I think that's our move. So we've got rook takes bishop, rook takes rook, queen takes g4, check, king goes somewhere, and then rook, queen takes rook on d1. So that's what I think it is, just under our minute. Cool. So let's go ahead and try our next one. Puzzle 4, restart our timer. Here we go. Come on, start the timer. There we go. Let's see, we've got... So the knight on f5 is unprotected by the pawn because the pawn is pinned to the king. So I recognize the pin, bishop takes knight, and then bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, we end up a piece. I think that's the tactic there. So recognizing the pin, so bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, and then queen takes bishop. And obviously the bishop takes bishop isn't forced, but we still end up a piece. So that works out well for us with time to spare. Let's get ready for puzzle number 5. Okay, here's puzzle number 5. Reset my timer. All right, we've got, let's see, what do we have? Queen is really close to the king. We have the two rooks connected. There is a check with the knight. But the bishop could capture. Let's see. Knight takes pawn isn't going to do us any good because then a pawn takes pawn. Let's see, the queen is just so out of the way, it doesn't seem like it's even in the problem here. Maybe f4, but that's just so slow and not forcing even a little. What about g6, and then the queen has to get kicked back to e2 or d1? I ran out of time. So number 5 is a no solution. I didn't find it. So there is obviously a miss. We can come back and talk about that one, but let's keep this moving along fast. All right, so let's reset our timer, and here is puzzle number 6. All right, so what do I see here? I see a check with the queen or the rook. Actually, the rook could interpose, and that's about it. Or the king can move. We have that check, rook interposes or king moves, and then, so what I'm seeing here is this bishop on e4 is unprotected right now. So that's an unprotected piece, which means that if I can move the bishop and the queen with tempos, I should be okay to win that piece. So queen check, and then I don't see a good way to get the bishop out though. I ran out of time again. All right, number 6, no solution. This 1 minute time span is really pushing me. All right, so reset my timer and we'll go to puzzle number 7. So here's puzzle number 7. Timer's reset. Let's take a look. All right, we have check on f7, rook or queen takes, and then I could take the e5 bishop. Or let's see, if he takes back with the rook, I could take the e7 bishop, and then what? If the queen takes, rook goes back and delivers checkmate. What if I take the bishop, so knight takes check, knight takes f7 check. All right, that's what I'm going to go with. Knight 7, knight takes f7 check, and then follow it up with queen takes e5, threatening mate on that back rank. All right, so that's my answer to number 7. Let's go for number 8. Number 8 here. So reset my timer. Here we go, start. And what do we have here? Looks like we're heading for an endgame. Passed pawn on the H file. Harry's going to become a queen. Let's see, is there anything that black could do about it, or white could do about it? White's rook is in a place to try and stop it. So if we can trade rooks, that would be amazing. Is there a way to force a rook exchange, even if it's a sacrifice? What about, can we just guard the square that the rook would have to go to? So go like knight c3, attack the b1 square, and then, yeah, that works. I like that. So knight to c3 attacks the b7 square, and then if white does any other move, we go h2, and if they go c2, we give check and discovered attack on the rook. So there's my answer to 8. All right, we only have 2 more. You can do this. All right, so here's puzzle number 9. Let's go ahead and start our timer. All right, what do we have in this position? We have the pawn pinned to the king. The bishop, therefore, is only protected by the rook. If we put the rook on e8, the capture is not forced. That g7 is really well defended right now. And attacking the queen doesn't work because the bishop just takes it. So can we take the bishop on f6? The rook captures, and then attack the queen with the e3 rook. It's almost forced to capture because we're threatening mate in 1. And then we threaten it back, and we've won the queen for basically for a rook. I think that's our move. Okay, so this was puzzle 9, and I say bishop takes bishop, and then rook to e7, attacking the queen. All right, we have one single puzzle left. Let's get ready. Here we go. There's the puzzle. Start, and let's take a look at how we do. So 10 is, let's see, the queens are offering a trade. Ours is unprotected right now. Theirs is protected by the knight. We could trade, but the knight captures, and then we have to move the bishop. We could take the knight. It guards the queen, removes the defender. So if we take the knight and bishop takes rook, we win the queen. If queen takes queen, then we take back with the rook, and that looks like decisive. All right, so there's my move. Rook takes knight. If queen takes queen, we go rook takes queen, and we end up a full knight. So there's my answers. So let's go ahead and see how we did. We'll compare our answers to the solutions. Hopefully you have your own, and we'll see what they say for our ratings. So we get 1 point for a correct answer, 0 points for a wrong answer. So the first one, I said queen takes queen to c7, check, followed by queen takes rook. So I got 1 point there. So if you got queen takes c7 or queen to c7, check, give yourself 1 point. Puzzle number 2, I said rook takes knight, check. Rook takes rook, and then queen takes queen. So queen takes e7, perfect. So that was the solution. So if you got the solution as well, give yourself 1 point. All right, number 3, I said rook takes bishop, which is what they said, and then rook takes rook, and then queen takes g4, check. Perfect, 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 perfect. So that's exactly what I ended up with. So give yourself 1 point if you saw that tactic as well. Let's keep going on. Number 4, I said bishop takes knight, and then if bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, and we end up a piece. And so there we go. There is a secondary solution. If you would have done d takes c6, so d takes c6, and then bishop b takes c6, rook takes d7, rook takes d7, then bishop takes f5, you can also have a point. And let's move on to number 5. Number 5 here, I did not come up with a solution. So what did they see? So knight f3, check. So I did see that idea, but I thought the bishop would just take. So on the next move, on the next move, play g6. So g6 to trap the queen. But what happens here if knight to f3 check, queen, bishop takes. Oh, so you don't recapture. That's what I missed. So knight to f3 check, bishop takes knight on f3, and then you push g6, and the queen has nowhere to go because its own bishop is blocking its retreat. So I did not get that one, so 0 points for number 5 for me. If you got it, give yourself a point. All right, number 6. Number 6 is another one. I did not have a solution in less than a minute. So queen to c4 check. Oh, I saw the check. I just missed that you could just take the bishop for free because it's forked. Shoot. That was one I should have seen. All right, give yourself a point if you saw that. I missed it, and that's okay. Let's go to number 7. Number 7 here. Queen takes e5. Queen takes e5, and then, oh, I see it. Queen takes e5, take the bishop. If the queen takes, you give check on f7. If the rook takes the knight, then the rook comes down and delivers checkmate. 0 points on 7 for me. If you got it, great. Give yourself a point. On to number 8. Oh, that is not the solution that I had. So they're saying go rook to c1. And then if the king takes, you can just do h2, h1, forcing the promotion. I think my solution would have worked too, but they didn't give it to me, and that's okay. I'll double check that later. So I'll give myself 0 points for number 8. All right, let's go to number 9. Here we go, number 9. They said bishop takes f6, so bishop takes bishop. G7 is pinned, and the rook on f7 defends that e7 square. So that's exactly what I saw. So 1 point for number 9 for me. If you got it, give yourself a point. And now to 10. Rook takes f6, removes the defender, so I did see that, which means white is now threatening to take the queen with check. Good. At the same time, white's rook now defends the queen. Perfect. That's exactly what I saw. Give yourself a point. All right, now let's see how their scoring system works. If you got 0, 1, or 2 points, you're a beginner. You have a tactical rating of 0 to 900. If you got 3 to 4, you're a novice. You're about 1200. So let's total mine up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only got 6. That's too bad. I had a couple that I should have gotten, though. If you got 5 to 8, you're an intermediate. So today, I'm an intermediate. So they said, impressive result. With a score like this, you clearly are above average. Thank you. I appreciate that. You should study on how tactical motifs can create new targets. In fact, making an in-depth study of tactics should be probably the most important aspect of your training at this point of your development. Understand the tactics will improve significantly if you make a serious study of all the important motifs. So if you got a 9 or 10, which I think I should have been able to, you aced it. All right, there we go. So my score was a 6, putting me in at the intermediate 1600 range. I will have to improve that. Put your results in the comments, and I look forward to hearing how you guys do. Cheers.